Now, Bowman was serving a life sentence in federal prison for murder when he died last Sunday.
When Harry Taco Bowman heard he got 2 life sentences plus 83 years, he didn't jerk. No tears, no regrets. But not every outlaw took it like him. The Outlaws Motorcycle Club, often referred to as the Outlaws MC or A.O.A, American Outlaws Association, has long been associated with a rough image of freedom and rebellion. However, beneath the surface lies a history intertwined with criminal activities, leading many of its members to face life sentences. This video explores the reactions of Outlaws MC members to these sentences and examines the factors contributing to the club's decline. Origins and growth of the Outlaws MC.
If they were going to assault members of another gang like they did and take a war wagon and 100 members with guns, you had to get permission from Harry Bowman before you did that, and he gave it.
The Outlaws Motorcycle Club was founded back in 1935 in McCook, Illinois, a neighborhood just outside of Chicago. Back then, it started as a group of motorcycle lovers who simply enjoyed riding together. The club originally called themselves McCook Outlaws Motorcycle Club and mostly rode Harley-Davidson bikes, which later became the symbol of their identity. During World War II, like many other clubs, the Outlaws took a break as many of their members joined the military. But after the war ended, things changed. When soldiers returned home in the late 1940s, many of them found it hard to adjust to normal life. Riding motorcycles gave them the thrill, freedom, and brotherhood they missed during wartime. The Outlaws became more than just a riding club. It turned into a way of life. In 1964, the club changed its name officially to the American Outlaws Association, A.O.A, and it started spreading across the country. Chapters popped up in cities like Detroit, Chicago, and Cleveland. The club's black and white logo, featuring a skull known as Charlie, became feared and respected across biker communities. By the 1970s and 1980s, the Outlaws expanded internationally, reaching countries like Canada, Australia, Germany, and the UK. Their numbers grew fast, and so did their reputation, not just as motorcycle riders, but also as a club that wasn't afraid of dispute. Rivalries with other clubs, especially the Hells Angels, made headlines and added to their tough image. While the Outlaws claimed to stand for loyalty and freedom, law enforcement started looking deeper into their growing network. The rise of the club from a small group in Illinois to an international organization was impressive, but it also came with growing attention from police and the FBI, criminal activities, and legal troubles.
Obviously, outlaw motorcycle gangs are prone to violence. They utilize it in their criminal activity, and it's the way they enforce rules. And
as the Outlaws MC grew bigger, their involvement in illegal activities also increased. Police and federal agents have connected the club to many serious crimes over the years. These include drug trafficking. The Outlaws were caught selling large amounts of meth, cocaine, and other dangerous drugs across state lines. Weapons trafficking. Members were found with illegal guns and were even selling them to other criminals. Extortion and racketeering. They used threats and violence to force people to pay money or give favors, especially local business owners. Violent crimes. Some members were involved in beatings, shootings, and even killings, often against rival gangs or people who betrayed the club. One of the reasons the Outlaws got into trouble was because they operated like a gang, not just a motorcycle club. They had leaders giving orders and members who carried them out without asking questions. Many times these crimes weren't just done by one person. They were planned by groups inside the club. This made it easier for police to charge them with organized crime and racketeering under the RICO Act, Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. That law allowed police to take down the entire organization, not just one or two members. Over the years, many Outlaws chapters have been raided by the FBI, ATF, and DEA, leading to big arrests and heavy prison sentences. Because of their secretive way of operating and refusal to speak to police, it was hard at first to catch them. But as more former members turned into informants, the government got a clearer picture of how the club worked from the inside. This opened the door to major investigations and court cases that hurt the club's power in many areas. High-profile convictions and life sentences.
The extortions, the kidnappings, all came from Taco, and everything always pointed to the top.
Several Outlaws MC members have received life sentences because of their serious crimes. Harry Taco Bowman, as the international president of the Outlaws, Bowman was one of the most powerful men in the club. He was found guilty of racketeering, running organized crime, conspiracy to commit murder, and other violent crimes. Bowman had ordered hits on rival club members and even tried to kill people who threatened the club's secrets. In 2001, he was sentenced to 2 life sentences, plus an extra 83 years in prison. Other members. Many other outlaws across different chapters have also been found guilty of similar crimes. Some were caught running drug rings, others were involved in violent attacks, or even murder-for-hire plots. These convictions sent a strong message to other outlaw bikers that the law was catching up, no matter how high their rank was in the club. Courts often handed down long or life sentences to show that organized crime wouldn't be tolerated. For some chapters, losing their top leaders in court was like cutting the head off a snake. It slowed down their operations and made it easier for police to break the group apart. Reactions to life sentences.
Well, Tony Lupica, who is the president of the Anderson chapter of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, told me the community should not be afraid of them. Lupica says, quote, "We'll embrace you, you embrace us."
The reactions from Outlaws MC members who received life sentences have been very different from person to person. Resistance. Some outlaws treated courtrooms like battlegrounds. They walked in with heads high, wearing leather jackets, tattoos showing, and a blank face. No emotions, no regrets. Take Harry Taco Bowman, for example. The guy was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 83 years, and he barely blinked. In court, he sat calm, almost proud, like he was saying, "You caught me, but you didn't break me." To him, prison was just part of the outlaw code. Guilt. Other members broke down in court or during interviews. They said they felt sorry for the pain they caused to innocent people and their own families. Some even admitted that joining the Outlaws was the worst decision of their lives. Silence. Then there were those who said nothing at all. These are the members who don't cry, don't talk, don't even look at the courtroom. They just take the sentence and walk out. No appeals, no interviews, nothing. Why? Because in outlaw biker culture, talking is a weakness. Betraying is death. Silence is loyalty. What these reactions reveal, the way these outlaws react to life sentences, shows us something important. Some see it as honor. Some realize it was a mistake. Some just disappear into silence. But none of them walk away untouched. Their reactions are proof that even the toughest outlaw can't outrun the law forever. And when the courtroom door shuts and the cell bars close, all that's left is truth, time, and regret. Factors leading to the club's downfall.
Tony Lupica is the president of the Anderson chapter of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. They just purchased this 3.8-acre area from another motorcycle club.
Several factors have contributed to the decline of the Outlaws MC. Law enforcement crackdowns. Coordinated efforts by federal and state agencies have led to significant arrests. For instance, in 2002, Canadian authorities arrested 58 full-patch members in Ontario, crushing the club's operations in the region. Internal conflicts. Power struggles and disagreements within the club have weakened its unity and operational effectiveness. Public awareness. Increased media coverage and public awareness have spoiled the club's image, leading to decreased recruitment and support. Current status and legacy.
The so-called enforcer of the Outlaws motorcycle gang will stay in jail. A federal magistrate denied his request to be released while awaiting trial, one of 42 gang members rounded up just last week.
Even with many members in prison and heavy police pressure, the Outlaws Motorcycle Club is still active today. They have chapters in the United States, Europe, Australia, and other parts of the world. The group continues to ride, recruit new members, and hold events like bike shows and charity runs, though many believe these are also used to hide illegal deals. Law enforcement still sees the Outlaws as a dangerous criminal group. In many cities, police keep a close watch on them, especially during large gatherings. Even new members are often watched by the FBI or local gangs units. But to their supporters, the Outlaws are seen as men who live by a code brotherhood, loyalty, and freedom. This image keeps their name alive, especially among young bikers who admire the rebel lifestyle. At the same time, the club's violent history, rivalries, and long prison sentences are a warning. It shows what can happen when loyalty to a club goes too far and crosses the line into crime. The Outlaws' legacy is a mix of pride and pain, a story of freedom on the road but also of bloodshed, betrayal, and prison bars. The story of the Outlaws MC is a mix of brotherhood, crime, loyalty, and downfall. From small-town riders to a worldwide outlaw club, their rise was fast, but so was their fall. Many members now sit behind bars for life, showing how dangerous the outlaw lifestyle can be. It may look cool on the outside, but the price is often pain, loss, and a future locked away. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more real stories like this. Your support keeps this channel going, and there's so much more to uncover. Stay tuned.